Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make some wool roving, and these are wool extensions. Now what you've got here is hot boiling water, so I'm just boiling up some water as we chat, and I have some soap. Okay, this is just hand soap. You can use a normal bar of soap, whatever you like, and just grate it in here, but I'm just going to pump some soap in here, and you want it quite soapy. Give this a stir. Yeah, actually, you want it to be a bit slimy. So I'm going to put a little bit more in. Actually, this is the first time I've used this type of soap, so hopefully it works. But I have been told that it is fine. Okay, what else you will need is your wool. Okay, now this is merino wool. And I just got it off eBay, and I love the colour, and it looks quite good in my hair, so that's why I've decided to use this. All you do is pull it apart how thick you want it. So I don't like mine too thick, so I'm just going to do it quite thin. Let's have a look. My cat's crying to get inside because it wants to be fed. I reckon it's going to be alright. Hopefully not too thick. Let's feel this. Yeah, that's starting to feel a little bit slimier now. What you will also need is some bubble wrap. Now the bubbles on the bubble wrap help to felt the wool. Okay, so I've got a piece of wool roving here. We're just going to roll it out. Just to get it where we want it. And that looks pretty good, so just remembering that this can actually get longer when it's wet. So we're going to put that in here, which is in here. You just missed another one that I did because my camera, just, silly thing, died. But here's a really fine thin one that I've just done. And the reason that you know when these are done is because you cannot pull them apart. Like, that is really nice and thick. Okay, it's quite wet though still. All we did is got it out and started rolling it. So I'm just going to hang it back up here for it to dry away from my cats. So have somewhere where you can dry them. And that one's in there. I'm going to leave that for a bit, and then I'll show you again. So all we've needed is our wool, and I'm just going to show you that this is what it came in. So this is, it has to be for wet or dry, or not just dry, it has to be wet or dry felting wool. Okay, I've found that the merino stuff is really good. So you need that. You need your soap. This soap, or any type of soap, is really good. Can't see that. This pump is really good. It's better than the soap that I grated last time in here. If you're going to grate soap, you need to grate it. Don't put it in a block. It's better grated. Then you need your bubble wrap. This works really good. If you don't have bubble wrap, you can just use a towel. But I just suggest you get bubble wrap because it works much better. It helps with the felting process. And all I did was stick it down with some tape. which was very helpful. Okay, so guys, I am going to take this out of here. It's been soaking for quite some time. Just going to leave it for a minute because it's still very hot. I've still got the oven on. I'll turn it off now. So what you want to do is just wring it out. A good thing to do, obviously, is to wear gloves because then this won't be so hot. Okay. Again, it's just a little one, and then we're going to start rolling. And you can see that I'm doing mine really quite thin. I'm just going to cut off the ends because they're a bit tatty. So yeah, the reason obviously I've wanted to do them thin is because I've got quite thick ones in my hair and I just wanted to add a few little ones. So yeah, it's kind of like pencil thin like my dreads at the moment, so it's not really going to bulk it up that much, but yeah, it'll fit in nicely, really good. So you can see that starting to pull apart a little bit, so it does need a little bit more. Now, if you need to put it back in the water, if it is pulling apart and not tight enough, you can put it back in the water, redo it, leave it in for a couple more minutes, but it seems to be doing okay. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's quite good to me. It's not going to come apart. These are some of the other ones that I've done. They're locking quite well. I'll probably do it a little bit more, so I'm going to pop that back in the water. I might pop them all back in just to give them a tad a bit more. And that is how you do your felting, guys. So cheers! So, you can see, they're just back in the water. You leave them there for a couple more minutes. Helps with the bonding of it all. You can see it's quite steamy. And that is how you make your wool dreads. And again, have a look at my hair. And that's some of them. As you can see, some of mine quite thick. I wanted to get the smaller ones. I'm not sure if you can see that. Hopefully. Cheers! As you can see, I've got one here that I've just decorated with hemp, like wool, like the roll of the hemp. I'll show you. So it looks like this. And this is really good instead of wool. It's better to use that. These do come out when you wash your hair, so you're not going to get them wet or anything. And if you wanted to, you could. You didn't have to. If you just can't be bothered and you're a bit lazy, you could add them in and not have to worry about taking them out. And the reason that I have done these is because my hair is really fine, and until it starts maturing and getting a little bit thicker with the dreads, which can take quite some time, it just didn't have a lot of volume to it, so it looked a bit funny when I was wearing it down. So I just wanted to add a couple of these to give it body. So I've just got one on each side of the dread with a band. That one also, and here, and a couple underneath. So let's go around and have a look. Back. So as you can see, I'll show you when I turn around. You can see it from here.